Hello. Version.02 was released last Friday, January 28th. I'll be going over the bullets associated with this newest release. The first bullet within accounting receive payment modal, the filter to drill down to a company, branch, or customer has been enhanced to mimic the workflow tab on the website. What this is referring to is if you type in the search field, this will narrow down the company, branch, and customer fields and only show you matches or company, branches, or customers that have those characters in them. So I'm going to go to receive payment. And again, where I had been is under accounting, receive payment. And for instance, if you start searching in here, Odyssey is automatically going to show me if there's any branches, companies, or contacts that may have that name. And I do have one customer that has part of these words or characters. Similarly, I'll start typing a little bit more or something different in the search field. Now I have a company that also has some of these characters in it. So the search does a good job of narrowing down between the company, branch, and customer drop downs. If a company is selected, the branches and customers belonging to the company will be available to choose from. And if a branch is selected, the customers belonging to the branch will be available to choose from. So as an example, I know I have a company here that has branches and so forth. So I'm going to select that company. And then if I have any branches within that company, they will also show here. And if I choose the branch, any customers that are under that branch will be shown in the customer dropdown. Now, if I didn't have, or if I didn't select a branch, then all customers that are part of the company will show up. So depending on how you use the filters, you can drill down to branch customer level as needed with the drop downs for each of these fields. Moving on, device resources can belong to what's called a process group. And I have an example here. If we go into my resources and I have a list of devices here, and for example, I'm going to edit and show you for one of my cutters called Ultimate Cutter. I will select the edit icon to the far right. And here, if you have not yet, you can go into your devices and assign a device to a process group. That's kind of part one. So you can go in and assign your devices to a process group, and there would be a drop down here, and you're able to select from all of the existing process groups. And what I mean by that is if I go under my processes, these groups would show up in the drop down when you're assigning a device to a process group. So that's kind of part one. And the second part of this bullet is when printers are selecting a device in a job or an estimate workflow, Odyssey will default to only show devices that belong to that process group. So I have an example here of a job where Odyssey, I didn't have it set up to automatically choose a device, which is good in this case. So as an example, this is the cut parent to run size process. And if I click the drop down arrow here under device, the toggle is to on. And what that means is Odyssey is only going to show me the devices that belong to the cutting group or cutting process group. So in this example, I have 3 cutters to choose from that are part of the cutting group. Now, the other part of this is I can toggle this to off if for any reason you want to see all of your devices. So you also have the option to toggle to off to see all of your devices, but Odyssey does default this toggle to on and only show you the devices that are part of this process group. That is all for version 2022.02. Thank you.